Hey, ladies and gentlemen, Alberta's pride. Hey, ho, hey, ha, ha, hey, sister. Hey, 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 hey. Whoa.
Out in Alberta where the Rockies rise, Tommy Temper streaming with fire in his eyes, from a lake house glowing in the moonlight's gleam. He's the YouTube king of the widest streams. Oh, Tommy Temper, you're a great guy, battling trolls with a spark in your eye. Conspiracy theories, politics and fun, streaming from the Rockies, you're second to none. Hot tub bubbling under starlit skies, he's calling out the haters with truth in his lines, talking about the world from the left to the right. Tommy's got the mic, keeping it tight. Tommy Temper, you're a great guy, battling trolls with a spark in your eye. Conspiracy theories, politics and fun, streaming from the Rockies, you're second to none. Lake house vibes where the mountains meet the stream, he's dodging all the trolls like a champion dream. From Alberta's heart, he's lighting up the night. Tommy Temper's truth is his guiding light. With a wink and a grin, he's taking on the fight, spilling all the tea in the YouTube light. From the hot tub to the Rockies, he's living it free. Tommy Temper's the streamer we all want to see. Oh, Tommy Temper, you're a great guy, battling trolls with a spark in your eye. Conspiracy theories, politics and fun, streaming from the Rockies, you're second to none. So raise a glass to Tommy, the legend of the land. From Alberta's lake house, he's taking a stand. With the Rockies watching and the hot tub steaming, Tommy Temper's the hero of YouTube dreaming. She's streaming Tommy Temper, Alberta's pride.
Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good night. Hey, good to see you all once again. Not too often we go live, but when we do, you know that you're going to be getting something good. And tonight we're going to be talking about UFOs, UAPs, aliens, the occult, and other strange phenomena. It's going to be a great show. Wow. At least I think it's going to be a great show. We'll see whether or not you think it is, but thanks a lot for joining us here tonight. as things fill in here. We're live. We're coming to you live on YouTube. Most of the comments are going to be coming in the chat on YouTube. If you're watching over on X or on Facebook, this is where all the action happens when we are live. Been watching a lot of stuff there lately going on around the States, especially with regards to what's going on in Minnesota. Wow, the Minnesota stuff is really big in the news these days. Lots of streamers out there capturing what ICE is up to out there. They're definitely rounding up a lot of people that are illegal aliens, but we're going to be talking about a different kind of illegal alien. Well, actually, I don't know if, I guess you could say they're illegal because they're not on our planet normally, but they come from other planets. We're talking about those kind of aliens tonight. But yeah, I've been watching a lot of the action down there. The latest on the woman that tried to run down the ICE agent was that she actually did hit that ICE agent, and he was injured internally. So you know, like if you're on that side of the fence where you're going, oh well, she didn't intend to kill him or do anything. Yeah, well, she actually did hit him, and he had internal injuries. And tonight there was a bit of action happening down there in Minnesota, where there were a couple of kids, I guess, that were coming at the ICE agents with some kind of sticks or something like that, some kind of weapons, and the ICE agents shot them. Now, I think they got shot in the legs or something like that, but there were indeed two people that got shot. Had that stuff happening there. Kotab, hey, good to see you. It's been a long time since I've heard or seen from you there, Kotab. Lately, I thought you were working hard doing I don't know whether it was roofing or what, something like that. But good to see you. See you in the chat there. Thanks a lot for popping in. Late at night, 12:50. Let's see, 5 here mountain on the mountain time here, and it's late at night. It's usually don't get much of an audience here late at night. My biggest audience comes in at about 12 noon or in the middle of the afternoon. But yeah, good to see you there, Kotab, and there. Yeah, bro, I've been busy with my family. Oh, okay, working hard, roofing, decks, fences, stuff like that. Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, I used to require a lot of stuff like what you get up to there, but I've kind of got out of that now, and I'm just relaxing, taking it easy a little bit. And I'm down. I acquired a place at Sylvan Lake. So Sylvan Lake is where I'm kind of hanging my hat there these days. Although I'm not there right now. I'm up in Edmonton here right at the moment, doing my thing up here. And let me see here. Get my other camera in here. Zoom this one in here. Move me in here. Here's my background. This is my camera out my window here. And I've got some lighting out there. Looks like a party out by my window there. Just in case an alien or spaceship or something like that is visible out my window, we might see it there. But that is the camera outside of my window there. And it's got a bit of outdoor flashing lights out there. Got the party lighting on there. So we're doing that kind of a thing. Yeah, but anyways, we're down there at the lake, spending kind of the summer. We're out there at the lake. And this winter, we were going down there on the weekends, having a bit of fun, even though it's all frozen. But because the lake is frozen, people still have fun doing some ice fishing and skating on the lake and stuff like that. Latest I heard is that just the other day, there were 2 cars that went through the ice, and there was a fishing hut or something that went through the ice there just the other day. So yeah, it can still be dangerous, going out onto the lake there, even at wintertime. Generally speaking, the ice is supposedly a couple of feet thick, but yeah, it can still be kind of treacherous there. So you have to be careful when you're out there in the wintertime. yeah, we're still doing our thing. I'm probably, I don't know, it's kind of hard. You might think that it's easy and people go live and whatever. When I go live, I like to go live for a couple of hours and not just for a couple of minutes or something like that. And I don't really like doing these videos where I do the video offline and record it and, spend a whole bunch of time editing it down and throwing a bunch of crap in and whatever, doing stuff like that. And then, uploading it, it's sort of, to me, is a bit sterile to do that, whereas if I can do something like on the go, like live, I'd rather do something live and throw together, some stuff and do all of my editing live as we're talking, that kind of thing. So that's why I like going live more than anything. But it takes a bit to go live. And like, even for the last, 3 or 4 days, I was kind of just watching a lot of the events going on, especially the events that are going on in the Twin Cities area there. And, all of the ICE agents and the action and whatever, stuff like that, some bit of protesting and stuff like that. Actually probably the one thing that I like watching on all of YouTube is protesting. It doesn't matter where it is or what it is. You kind of get that. Maybe it's like gambling. You know how some people like gambling and you get that burst of whatever it is from the gambling. Well, I get it from watching people that are protesting out there. And probably if you've ever gone protesting yourself, being there, with the police in front of you and Antifa on the other side of the fence or whatever, you get that same adrenaline feeling. That's what it is that I'm thinking of. So for me, the adrenaline probably comes out when I watch other people that are protesting too. And then you see the rubber bullets flying and the smoke bombs and pepper spray and stuff like that. And you kind of almost feel like you're right there with them and, getting pepper sprayed along with them and kind of feeling what's going on. You're picking up the torch back up, son. New content coming soon for everyone. Hey, that sounds good. Streaming isn't for the weak-minded. Yeah, you do great. Love it, brother. Yeah, good to see you. Yeah, let's see. Who did I see before I came on? I saw the couple from Victoria there. They were doing their thing, but they've kind of gone into doing some gaming or something on there. And I don't especially like watching gaming, or I'm not a gamer myself, so I don't really like sitting there and playing a game or watching other people that are gaming. So yeah, it's kind of like that. I like watching live stuff probably more than anything. That's kind of my favorite thing on the YouTube, is watching live. So usually if I'm not streaming, I'm probably watching other live streamers, that kind of thing. Vic BC Live. Yeah, that's who it was. I run across their channel there before I went live here today. Yeah, where they're doing the thing with their motorhome or something. They're playing a motorhome game where the motorhome was stuck upside down or something in some building. I don't know what the weirdest thing ever that I saw there. But yeah, that's who I was talking about there. Vic BC. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I don't really pop in there too much anymore because they're just kind of doing their gaming thing. But they do that, I think, once a week or something like that. I don't know if they're doing their other stuff there with playing games and stuff like word games and whatever. But anyways, yeah, let's see what we have for us here today. Let's bring in some of our entertainment here. Go over a couple of these things here. First thing I'd like to show you is this one here, which is spotted a UAP in the Florida Turnpike heading south. Couldn't get a very clear video, but it was basically a floating orb without any propulsion system. So yeah, let's take a look at this one here first. Hang on a second here. bring it in here. So here's our first UAP. Goes by pretty fast. You can see it going by there real fast in the corner of the screen. And, you know, hard to say. Let's take a look here. We do have a close-up of that. Here's the close-up of what it looks like. And kind of almost like an orb. You know, when you're looking at the actual video of it, it looks like an orb, although this freeze frame of it here doesn't really look like an orb, but it looks a little bit odd shaped, but maybe silver colored with a little bit of reflection off of it. Yeah, somebody caught that over in Florida. Could be some kind of control services or something on it. But that's our first weird one of the day here today. The first UAP. Here's another one that's kind of a little bit strange. Let me just bring this one up here. This one's got a bit of sound with it here. Hang on a bit here. Hang on. Okay, check this one out. You see how it lands there? And that one there is definitely an orb. And then it zooms back up. Check this out here. Here's a little bit of slow-mo as it comes down. And then it takes off again. Kind of a strange one there. There it's back up into the sky. So this is your typical orb one here. Strange. You can see some cars driving around there as it comes down. Almost looks like it doesn't really touch the ground there. Our little logo's coming in right in front of it there. But that's the orb one. Seems like lately there are a lot more orb type UFOs than anything else. A drone, Eggman's drone. Yeah, could be. Crazy thing looks as big as a spaceship. Yeah, I don't know, but it's pretty crazy, whatever it is. So that's it seems to be a favorite these days. It's, you know, that in days gone by there weren't that many orby type of UFOs, but now they're getting to be more orb type than anything. There's let's see, this next one is kind of a bit weird, so we'll pass that one. Oh, there's this one here. Let me see. Skinny Bob videos out there. However, this is a kind of an obscure one. This is a pretty obscure one. Let's take a look at this one here. This one's some old footage before artificial intelligence. And this one here is of alien. You can see the actual alien laying down there. And a bit of a close-up there. Now that's what a true alien should look like. Something like these ones here. And not sure where that footage came from there, but UAP Juan is the one that posted this one here. And some ancient footage of purported to be alien. Now you'd think that if there was actual aliens on Earth, that you know, we would have a little bit better footage than something like this. You know, of actual aliens. This is more like the stuff that was but back in the 50s, if you remember that this stuff would have been looking like this. Now you would have figured if aliens were circling and landing and doing whatever, that we'd have a little bit better footage of some aliens and this kind of stuff. But anyways, this is what your typical alien footage would look like here. So can't leave that out at all. Let's keep her going here. This one here is just a kind of a weird one. I've shown this one before on other shows, and this one is a kind of a weird floating UFO. Now, what is this? Is that a UFO? Is that something that's going on its own power, or is it some kind of a balloon or something like that is just kind of hovering, floating around and moving around a little bit? Like, it's kind of strange. You can see it above the back end of the car there. To me, I always, when I see this UFO or UAP, it's kind of like some kind of a, balloon just kind of hanging around there. You know how you can make a balloon a certain, just kind of float around your house if you have a certain weight attached to it. That's kind of, in my mind, what it appears to be, as opposed to some kind of a real UFO. It doesn't appear to zoom off quickly in any direction, but it's just kind of hanging around a little bit. So I don't know. That one there, I can kind of almost debunk. Yeah, that's a pretty strange one. Who else is in the chat? We got 15 people watching in the chat there. Got people on Facebook and X there as well. Good to see you all. Give the stream a thumbs up if you can. Hit that thumbs up. And let's see. Let me just give the stream a thumbs up here too, so that we can get a few more people in here. Hey, looking good. Thanks a lot for that. But there it goes. It just kind of floats away. So is that a UFO, a UAP? Well, it's a unidentified, flying object. It is flying, but it's more floating than anything. So I don't know. I think I could make a video like that with one of those tinsel type balloons there and something hung on it that was exactly the right weight, so it would kind of float a little bit. And then if you have a little bit of wind blowing it around, then it might do something like that. I don't know. Okay, let's bring up the next one here. The next one here is a little video with J.D. Vance talking about UFOs. He says he's a big believer that there are things out there that we can't explain. And if another person sees an alien, maybe I see an angel or a demon. I'm a believer that there are spiritual forces working on the physical world that a lot of us don't see. And, we don't understand it. So who knows? But anyways, here's Vance, J.D. Vance, with his take on UAPs, UFOs.
One last question about UFOs. So I'm a mad UFO lunatic
Me
as
too.
well.
Yeah.
So, and you said, I think the Ruthless podcast, that you were going to, in August, you were going to figure out what happened. So have you
That
managed?
was a little tongue in cheek. I have not figured it out yet. I haven't had the time to figure it out yet.
But you've got access to all this.
I do.
Classified.
And I really want to sort of dig into it. Marco's actually very interested in this too. We talked about this talked about this back in our Senate days. So yeah, there's certainly an interest there. There's certainly an intrigue, but I haven't yet had the time to really dig in. Things have been so busy, but this is the crazy person inside of me. And there's, all of us put the tinfoil hat on from time to time. I'm like, I was like, I can't allow myself to become so busy that I spend the next 3 years and I don't get to the bottom of this. So I will get to the bottom of this, but it's going to take me a little time.
Because Tulsi Gabbard says that she believes there are aliens. Do you believe that?
I don't, it's interesting. I wouldn't say that I do or don't believe it. I mean, I'm a big believer that there are things out there that we can't explain. And so if another person sees an alien, maybe I see an angel or a demon. So I'm a big believer that there are spiritual forces working on the physical world that a lot of us don't see and a lot of us don't understand and a lot of us don't appreciate. But, is it aliens or is it our guardian angel or is it aliens or is it a not so guardian force that doesn't care about us, or in fact actively wishes us harm? I don't know the answer to that question. What I try to do is I try to say my prayers. I try to be as good of a person as I can be, and I try to do a good job. And hopefully that's all I need to do.
Wow.
One last question about.
Okay. So, yeah, that's another take on it too. He's saying, is it an alien or is it an angel? Something not from this world though, and some people think that, Daniel Barry, hey, good to see you in there. Only Mr. Bill. Thanks for popping in there. Yeah. Throw in, well, she's an alien, yeah, but that's an illegal type alien there, Mr. Bill. A different kind. Minneapolis one. Yeah. But the whole thing is that these aliens or UFOs, they may not be from this planet. In fact, they may not be part of our dimensions that, how you say, well, you've got your 3 dimensions, but what if they're from the 4th dimension, from a dimension that's not where we can see or hear it, smell it, or feel it, but a dimension that is like, outside of the realm of what we know, and therefore they're able to travel faster than the speed of light, come from other planets. And of course, we know that other planets are so far away from Earth, that we can't actually travel to another planet, even though I saw a depiction of how many planets there were out there that the Space Telescope has discovered may have the components, carbon, water, things like that on these planets. And they're just littered everywhere, all over the place. In fact, in portions of the sky where the Space Telescope has actually, converged on, they found so many planets out there that potentially could have life that it's absolutely ridiculous. So, yeah, in my mind, there's definitely life out there on other planets. Definitely, if there's life here, and let's face it, if you're of the ilk, if you think, well, God put us here and there's nothing anywhere else, whatever, and we're like the supreme, whatever, that whole theory is made up by man's mind. Man came up with that idea. It wasn't like somebody else told us about it. Men sat down, they said, oh, well, this is probably how we got here, whatever. Well, now we're finding out that, dinosaurs were here before us and a whole bunch of other stuff. And, could things on Earth, could they have come from other planets or somewhere else out in the universe? Probably. There's a good possibility. Could they have, with Darwin's theory of, where we came from nothing and then evolved through evolution, that whole thing is a possibility as well, so we are here. And, some people call it spirits or angels or aliens, whatever. It's a definite possibility. Let's check out this one here. Here's another orb video. And seem to be getting, like I said, lately, like in days gone by, 20, 30 years ago, you never saw a whole bunch of orb videos out there. They were always like a flying saucer. And then you got into the triangular type of UFOs that became popular. But recently here, within the last 10 years, the number of orb type UFOs, like this one here, are, beginning to be really, really popular. And this is just another example of that. Hey, we've got Gordy in there. Gordy Canuck catching up on double speed, but right off, I'm here to say that there is no life on other planets. We are it. Well, but that's just it, though, Gordy. We don't know that, And like I said, I was watching a video the other day where they pointed out where all of these planets might be out there in the night sky, And it was like you looking up at all the stars out there. Most of the stars out there could potentially have a planet with them, you know, just like our sun has more than one planet here. So, you know, to say that there's nothing out there, well, you don't know that for sure. Just like I don't know for sure that there is life on any other planets. But the speculation is, from those that are in the know, the scientists out there, is that, yeah, there probably is life on other planets. Probably.
I lost it. There it is.
Something out
It's
there.
stopping.
There's something. But welcome to the show, Gordy Canuck. Whoop whoop.
I'm telling you, it's turning.
Something that's just slowly floating in the air. Yeah, it's a little bit sus. But, you know, when you see something move quickly away, you know, like it's just floating around a little bit, and then it zooms away quickly. To me, that's really suspect with these UAPs, UFOs. You know, it shows that it's just not something blowing in the wind or some kind of a balloon. It's
not a balloon, man.
Or whatever. Look at this guy saying that's not a balloon.
I lost it.
It's something.
It's stopping.
Yeah, it's a lot less work than trying to edit something together. Although, if I did editing and stuff like that, you know, there are so many topics that I'd like to do videos on. But some of these are pretty cool. Some of the stuff that you can find out there, and then go over it like this. It's like pretty cool stuff. Yeah, like some of the videos that I'd like to go or produce more of. But it's just I don't really have the gumption to do it. Number one, I'd like to have guests on this show, you know, of all type. Like say we're talking about UFOs or UAPs, have a guest come on and grill them about that. I'd like to have somebody come on and talk about independence, Alberta independence. You know how Alberta, we're all trying to gather signatures and stuff like that, and the province of Alberta wants to separate from Canada. I'd like to, you know, do a show on that in particular, or more than one show on that. You know, I'm bring guests on to the show, and you know, grill them about what's going to happen. You know, if that does happen, and where we're at with that. You know, talk about politics, about Carney, the Liberals, and you know, whether or not there's going to be another election. Paul Polyev. You know, even bring him on the show and, you know, as a guest, and find out about, you know, where his party is going, and whether or not we think he's going to still be leader of the Conservative Party. You know, there's so many different kind of shows that I would love to be able to do, but it takes the organization, you know, of contacting the people and then saying, can you come on at a certain time, whatever. And I also know that channels are really specific in that, you know, you'll probably notice that a show is just all political, you know, where all they talk about is politics, and that's it, and nothing else, you know, and they just do videos on politics and whatever. You know, I'm not really don't like to be shoot into one particular item. I like to just get on and talk about what I want to talk about, and not just stick to one thing. But in order to really be truly successful, you need to you know, be a little more niche in what you're doing with your YouTube channel, so that you can build up your audience based on that particular niche, you know, which is difficult to do. you know, and I like restreaming, you know, protests. Well, what does that have to do with UFOs? Well, probably nothing. But I like this topic. You know, I always did like, even when I was a kid. When I was a kid, we used to buy the UFO magazines and alien magazines and stuff like that, and we'd you know, get together at a friend's house, and we'd all bring our little magazines, and we'd go over them and read them and compare notes and stuff like that. And we ran into this guy that was a member of the Edmonton, that's where I'm located here. It was called the Edmonton UFO Society, right? And we ran into him, and we told him about this UFO that we sighted. And he got us to come to the UFO club and stand up in front of whatever 30 people at the UFO club and give our rendition of what we saw with our sighting of a UFO. And then he proceeded to like tear it apart, you know, like, you know, say, no, that had to be an airplane and it wasn't a UFO and blah, 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 all the rest of it. So, yeah, I was kind of having fun when I was a kid there. And there was a UFO sighted up in between Edmonton and Fort Saskatchewan one day. And I ran into a guy that had a Cessna airplane, and the two of us went up in a Cessna airplane after that UFO sighting, looking around with the Cessna for any particular place where the UFO might have landed and burnt a spot in the ground, you know, something like that. So yeah, I have had a little bit of experience in the UFO industry with other people that were interested in that, and doing our thing there with looking for the UFOs, and just kind of having fun doing that. So, but yeah, are there UFOs? Are there aliens? I don't know. I really don't know. It's crazy. Alleged KGB, I mean, NHI or alien taken in the early 1990s. Notice the black suit, tunic. The EME is wearing the subtle eyebrow, facial movements. This video has never been debunked ever, and it was uploaded to the internet before AI. Oh my gosh. What is it? Paris, Ontario. ProTab is coming in from. '80s, Five Oaks. It will come and get you. They're coming to get you. Strange. Don't get scared. Don't have a nightmare. Oh, yeah. Okay. Next up. That one was pretty spooky-ish. What about the in the United States? They have a crash retrieval program. Let's find out about that. See what's going on with that crash retrieval program in the States. It's definitely something with that. Is it an actual thing? We'll find out. Here's the information on the American Crash Retrieval Program.
In the documentary, a number of officials go on the record to reveal a UAP crash retrieval program where technologies and even, quote, non-human biologics have been recovered. Officials say there is a secret war between the U.S., China, and Russia to try and reverse engineer some of these alien technologies from these crashed UAPs. How big are the national security implications here?
They couldn't be bigger. So this race, this secret Cold War race that our nation is in with adversarial nations to reverse engineer technology of non-human origin, the stakes are far, far greater than the atomic race. One of the interview subjects refers to
they didn't know about dinosaurs before the 1800s.
And this technology could be used to cause significant destruction, but it could also be used to revolutionize the way we live. So there's a lot of pros and cons to this race.
In the documentary, a number of officials go on the record to reveal a UAP crash retrieval program where technologies and even, quote, non-human biologics have been recovered. Officials say there is a secret war between the U.S., China, and Russia to try and reverse engineer some of these alien technologies from these crashed UAPs. How big are the national security implications here?
They couldn't be bigger. So this race, this secret Cold War race that our nation is in with adversarial nations to reverse engineer technology of non-human origin, the stakes are far, far greater than the atomic race. One of the interview subjects refers to it as the Manhattan Project on steroids. You know, this technology could be used to cause significant destruction, but it could also be used to revolutionize the way we live. So there's a...
That's interesting. That the business of reverse engineering anything. Yeah. Oh, with what you were talking about there, Gordy, where you're saying the word dinosaur was created in the 1800s. I don't know that there. If you look at ancient writings, right? There aren't any writings about the dinosaurs because I don't believe that they even knew that dinosaurs existed. And apparently man wasn't around back in the day of the dinosaur. That's all before man actually arrived on the planet here. So, unless you dug up a dinosaur, which apparently the people that wrote the Bible didn't dig up dinosaurs, so they had no need to come up with the term dinosaur. I don't know much about that other than, if we're just recently finding out that, hey, we weren't the first people on the planet here, but there were other animals and things like that on the planet before us, and we evolved from things that crawled out of the water onto land, and so on. We wouldn't know anything about that until you have archaeology today, where we find out that, oh, you know what, there were things like that, and they're still digging up different kinds of dinosaurs and things like that are just brand new that they haven't seen before. So yeah, it's an interesting thing, interesting idea. Next up, we have a bit here on Dr. David Jacobs. He spent decades interviewing abductees, and what he uncovered is chilling. A long-term alien-human hybrid program operating quietly alongside humanity. Control, integration, secrecy. Let's check out this video here and find out what he has to say about all of that. Very interesting stuff.
Of babies. They're in a room with lots of babies babies are removed from fetuses, are removed from women at around 10, 11 weeks. They're placed in gestation tanks. They gestate until they're pulled out, and then they're taken care of by these early stage hybrids. Middle stage hybrids who look more half and half than before, and who don't have such big eyes, and there's more whites in them, don't have any hair on their body except on top of their head, not as thin, thicker, and so forth. They take care of older kids, 10, 11, 12 years old, like that, Then there's humanoid, or late stage hybrids, who are often, everything about them looks human, except maybe their eyes are too large, and there's no bodily hair. They sometimes become personal project hybrids, and will stay with somebody for decades.
Wow. Yeah, that's interesting. He's got the inside info. But if there are these creatures like he's describing with big eyes and things like that, where are they? Where are they living? Are they living among us? I don't know. I don't see too many, big black-eyed hybrids or aliens or things like that living among us. But, yeah, strange. You never know. This is from a space camera, and I don't know if we're going to see much on this video here. Oh yeah, there is. There's a shot here of an alien spaceship. You can see it going right across the top. It's really hard to see, but they're in the black area right above me here. You'll see what appears to be some kind of a UAP going across there. I don't know if you can see that going across right there. Oh, and then it drops down really fast. So just look really close at that. Watch it closely, and you'll see it drop down right about here. Boom. It zooms off. Now, that is something that you don't see. Because I watch a lot of, especially right around sunset, just after sunset. If you look up in the sky, you'll be able to see a lot of satellites, right? And right first off, that looks like a satellite going across the sky. But then what differentiates it from being a satellite is that it's not just plain moving in one direction across the sky slowly, but it zooms off, right? See how it spurts off there right at the very end? That is pretty suspect when you see that. And that's what you're looking for if you're ever looking up in the night sky. And, the reason that I'm saying at sundown or just after sundown or just before sun up, you get the sun, reflecting off of satellites. And that's when you can see the satellites the best, because later on at night, you don't see as many satellites up in the sky. You just see mostly stars or other suns or planets and stuff like that. That's the kind of thing that you really want to see, is where it's going across and then zooms up or speeds away. That's pretty suspect to see that. Pretty strange stuff there. That's kind of crazy. Link. For what I'm looking at here. Well, if you're looking for what I'm looking for, just go on to X. Go on to X and just do a couple of searches on X there, and you can come up with all kind of stuff depending on what you search for. UAP, UFO, aliens, terrestrials, stuff like that. ABC News, Pentagon has not ruled out alien technology as an explanation for UFOs. There's always, the government, right, always has something to say about UFOs. Let's hear what they have.
The new report now from the Pentagon about unidentified flying objects. There were hundreds of new reported sightings over the last year, and some the government still can't explain. Chief Global Affairs correspondent Martha Raddatz joins us with the details. It's quite the talker. Martha, good morning.
Good morning, Whit. It does. It all sounds straight out of a science fiction movie, but these unidentified airborne objects are taken very seriously by the Pentagon and the intelligence community. And this morning, their new report revealing that these sightings are on the rise.
thing.
Navy pilots have seen them.
My gosh. They're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west.
More than 1,600 unidentified flying objects have been reviewed by the government's Anomaly Resolution Office, or ARROW, over the years. 98% of them eventually found to be debris, drones, or even large birds. But new numbers this morning from May of 2023 to June of 2024 show 757 new sightings, with 21 of them that cannot be explained. And all 21 mysterious objects were seen near national security sites, witnessed by multiple people, or captured on sensors or videos. While the Pentagon does not know what they were, they are quick to steer the public away from little green men.
To date, the department has discovered no verifiable evidence of extraterrestrial beings, activity, or technology.
But at a hearing this week, the former head of the Pentagon program investigating these objects says nothing should be ruled out.
Has the government conducted secret UAP crash retrieval programs, yes or no?
Yes.
Were they designed to identify and reverse engineer alien craft, yes or no?
Yes. Let me be clear. Advanced technologies not made by our government or any other government are monitoring sensitive military installations.
While Pentagon officials do stress that they have no evidence of any of this being alien technology, they have not ruled that out and are continuing to investigate every unexplained sighting.
There you go. So, yeah, that's what we have to be wondering about. What technology have they actually captured? What are they trying to reverse engineer? And like we saw or heard on the previous clip, it appears that different factions around the world have things in their possession, different governments, and are trying to reverse engineer. And who's going to be first? There's a kind of a race to reverse engineer the captured UFO craft and to put that technology into the hands of especially the military. Pooh Scissors, good to see you in there. Nice to see you, and anybody else that we didn't catch in the chat there. This is the UFO, UAP, alien, occult, strange phenomena show here on the Tommy Tepper Show here tonight. Thanks a lot for joining us. It's approximately 1:40 a.m. in the middle of the night here, and we're having fun talking about UFOs, UAPs, and things that are strange out there. And yeah, there are a lot of people that have seen strange stuff. There's no doubt about that. And here's another one right here. This is pretty strange, I would have to say. Let's check it out.
From here, it looks like a triangle.
It is a triangle with a red light in the middle.
Wow.
What is it?
Wow, that's a weird looking craft.
It is. The red light is right in the center of the triangle. That's unusual. That is weird.
What the hell is that?
Now this is where you need to zoom in.
Getting snow, Gordy.
There's something right beside us here. There's stuff moving in the bushes beside us.
That is amazing.
It didn't have a tail, that's what I noticed.
No.
From here, it looks like a triangle.
It is a triangle with a red light in the middle.
Wow.
That's a pretty strange one. That's one of those
It
triangle UFOs.
The red light is right in the center of the triangle. That's unusual.
Drone. That could be a
weird.
drone. Wainwright.
Now this is where you need to zoom in.
We're getting snowplows going outside there. If you saw that going by, snowplow.
That is amazing.
It didn't have a tail, that's what I noticed.
No.
From here, it looks like a triangle.
That's a pretty good shot of
with a red light in the middle.
triangular.
Wow, that's a weird looking craft.
It is.
I
The red
wonder,
light is right in the center of
or
the
is that just a drone? Is that some kind of a drone? Hard to say. You know, you might think, well, if it was a UFO, why would it have a flashing red light in the middle of it? You know, that's kind of a little bit strange. That would be more, you know, something that you would see on a drone or something. But usually a drone has a red and a green light on them, you know, on either side of them. Just like an airplane that has flashing lights on it like that. That's a dumb video. Hey, it is what it is. Well, speaking of dumb videos, how about the next one? This one here is, what's this one? What kind of a UFO is this one here? This one here, watch closely. Decide for yourself what this is. Is it a UFO? A UAP? An alien? What's it doing? And why is it strange? Or is it just Chinese New Year? This one's a strange one. You know, to me, that looks like some kind of a blow up, party blow up or something. There are a bunch of balloons. You know, you got those helium filled reflective balloons. A bunch of them all together flying up high. Why this one would be so strange, I don't know. It definitely looks strange. You think that some UAP from another planet would survive looking like that? That's, you can see that that's a balloon. Like, right, let's see, let me put my mouse right here. No, you can't see my mouse. I just want to pick it up. Okay, like right here, it looks like balloons in here. Like look at right in here. There's like one particular balloon kind of floating by itself right here as it turns around. Here's like a round balloon right here. Right there. It's a bunch of frickin' balloons. What kind of bullshit is that? Hey, well, remember, you saw it first here on the Tommy Temper Show. We're showing you all kind of, it's unidentified, put it that way. It's an unidentified flying object, and it is flying. It's some kind of an object. I'd say it's a bunch of balloons on that one there. We'll debunk that one there right away. What do you think, chat? It's clearly, yeah, ectoplasm. Yeah. I think so. Something weird. Here's another, this is like a close-up of it or something here. Let's see. Check it out. I don't know if this is the same one. This is a different one, but it looks pretty similar. So it's pretty much the same build-up there. The proof that intelligent life exists on other planets is that they're smart enough to avoid us here on Earth. Yeah. Yeah, this is a kind of a weird one here, but again, it looks like a floaty, some kind of a blow-up type. Fill it with helium, and it's just a strange-looking helium-filled thing. A couple of different weird balloons tied together, more than anything. There. Oh, look at then. Oh, did you see how fast it was moving there? It looks like a string hanging down from the bottom of it. Yeah. Again, I'm not taking these things and vetting. This is unvetted UFOs on here tonight, so I'm not going to vouch for anything. There goes the skid steer. It looks like a skid steer. That's not a UFO right behind me there. Okay, here's another one. This one here is a little bit more legit, where it's a a triangle shaped thing here. Check this one out here. Now, when we're talking about not of this dimension, 3 dimensions of where we're living, this one looks like it's kind of a 4th dimension because it's visible, but you see how it's kind of partially invisible and partially going through the clouds and partially there but not there, and it's kind of morphing, or it looks like it's morphing as it goes through the clouds. That's the kind of thing when we're talking about something from the 4th dimension or from another dimension, and where UFOs, real UFOs, may not be from this dimension, but from a 4th or 5th dimension, something like that. And this one here is more indicative of something like that. That's strange. Definitely strange. It's strange. Hang on, we need our stranger than strange music here. Oh yeah, this is applicable to this one. It's the Illuminati or something. I think so. Stranger than anything you've seen before. That's actually probably the best example of some kind of a UFO. Again, this type of a UFO was not popular 20 years ago. You didn't see stuff like this, or you didn't even see depictions of people that have seen triangle type UFOs. Triangle UFOs are pretty modern here, that people have only really been seeing them. And they also say that they're just gigantic, the size of a football field or something like that, They're usually not just a small drone type thing. So, yeah, that's one of the better depictions of a UFO right there. Looking good. Pooh scissors. Catch AIDS. We don't want to hear about that. Okay, let's go on with the next one here. Hang on. Here's Robert Bigelow says aliens walk among us. Billionaire defense contractor, Skinwalker Ranch. If you're familiar with the Skinwalker Ranch and everything going on there with that, check it out. Here's some information or bit of stuff from that and the Skinwalker Ranch here. Stand by. Let's hear about this one.
He starts telling me about the complexities of disclosure, and I was like, yeah, cool, and he's talking about that, and then he goes, yeah, and they're walking among us, and I said, what? And he goes, what do you mean? He goes, I mean exactly that. They're walking among us.
Do you imagine that in our space travels we will encounter other forms of intelligent life?
You don't have to go anywhere.
You can find it here.
Yeah.
See?
Where
exactly? Gordian's here.
It's just like right under people's noses. Oh my God.
They walk among us.
Wow.
But as time went by and I learned more about the phenomenon, I started thinking, shit, man, maybe he's right. Maybe they are right here. He starts telling me about the complexities of disclosure, and I was like, yeah, cool, and he's talking about that, and then he goes, yeah, and they're walking among us.
There they are. But of course, they don't look like that. Because what if they can morph to look just like us? So in their dimension, they look like this, but in our dimension, they look like us. There's always that possibility. So keep that in mind, that they may very well be walking among us. But the reason that we don't see them like that is because they're able to change how they appear to us. And if we were to be in their dimension, they would look like that. lots of activities in the Midwest, says Pop Gun. Hey, Pop Gun, good to see you. Yeah, definitely some strange stuff going on, and I kind of feel like I'm part of it. What is it? Is it is it this thing here? I feel like I'm once in a while in the Matrix, and tonight we're in the Matrix, I think. Here's a UFO again. Whether or not this stuff is real or not, I don't know if it is. It might be real. It might not be real. There's a lot of AI stuff out there right now. We cannot live in the future without knowing aliens. A UFO landed in a desert in Saudi Arabia where there are few people. A gray alien came out of the UFO. The locals who were watching this from afar made a big fuss. So check this one out here. Stand by. Bring this one in here. Okay, watch this one here. And watch for aliens coming out of the craft. This is in UFO in Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia.
There you can see the alien coming out of it. Right there. But what happens? Does it take off and leaves him standing there? He's still there. Oh! He got transported up.
Saudi Arabia.
That's pretty strange. That's one of the more strange ones there. There's the alien right in front of the craft. The craft takes off, leaves him standing there, and then beams him up. Beam me up, Scotty. You forgot about me. Don't leave me here on planet Earth with those humans with guns. I won't last long. Okay, beam up, Scotty. Holy.
Saudi Arabia.
Holy mackerel. That's a weird looking craft there too. Now that's a real UFO. If I was to say a UFO, look, it even looks like a flying saucer. It's got a saucer shape to it. It's kind of on a bit of an angle there. It's got legs on it that there you can see the doors are closing up on it. And there it's actually taking off. And that's the way it should take off, really fast like that. And if it has a capability of beaming someone up, which apparently these UFOs have the ability to, tractor beam people or animals, cows, off of the earth up into the craft. We've heard of that lots of times, right? Cows being lifted up. Or I remember watching a movie where a guy was beamed up or lifted up into a craft, stayed up there for a week, and then ended up back down on the ground again with no clothes on. I don't know if you remember that movie. It's fake. Well, you don't know if it's fake. You don't know if it's fake. It could be fake. Yeah. In fact, don't give me a YouTube strike or something for false information or that kind of thing. This all of this stuff could be fake. We don't know. I don't know. And it's up to you to determine and make your own decision. We'll label it all as being fake. How about that? It's all fake, but it might be true. It might be real. There's always that possibility. I don't know. These days To me, this looks like something before AI. You know, if this was AI, it would be way more clear and, you know, like, look, it goes out of focus as if somebody is trying to focus in on it from afar. It's across the desert. It has the realistic things. The beam up looked fake, if anything. That looked like CGI or something like that, which is a possibility. But anyways, this is coming to us from Saudi Arabia. Some of the latest UFO footage out there. I've never seen this one before, as a matter of fact. This is the first, and I've seen a lot of UFO videos over the years. But this one in particular, I have not seen before. So it's actually quite interesting and pretty cool. There you go. That's more on The Matrix. Okay.
I was tracking a light in the sky. I couldn't tell on the camera if it was a satellite or not. And I'm tracking this light. And as far as I was concerned while it was happening, that was it. It was just one light. And I was looking at the footage on the computer. I noticed I had caught the most amazing thing ever. And that was very, very definitive to me, seeing that footage. This light comes from the top left corner of the screen, zips down, and then zips back up to this object I was tracking and pulls these maneuvers that I've never seen anything pull before in the sky.
That's strange. Like I actually have a telescope, and I also have a camera, a low light camera that I can take a video of the sky. And I've also sat out a lot, especially in the last little while, where I've got a trailer or whatever out away from the city to where you can see the stars way better than from being in a big city. And when you're out in the middle of nowhere and that's all you're seeing is just the lights in the sky, you're watching stuff. And, it's pretty typical to see satellites moving or meteorites, coming through the sky. Or once in a while, you'll just see some kind of a bright light appear, in the middle of nowhere. Just like one big flash in one spot. Or you'll see like a flash, and then it moves to another spot slowly and then flashes again, sort of, and that something like that is maybe like a satellite that's rotating, like a rotating satellite. And then as it rotates, it flashes with a reflection from the sun, and then it appears somewhere else. But things like that usually are going, like slowly across the sky. But what this guy is pointing out here is that these things are moving in an abnormal manner. Just watch some of these things here. Things that are moving in a straight line are probably a satellite. But if they're not moving in a straight line, that's not a satellite, because satellites don't operate like that. They it's like something that is moving on its own with its own propulsion. And just look at that thing right there. It's not going in a straight line. It's going haphazardly. Some of the other things that you see on the screen are moving in a straight line and are probably satellites. But that thing in the middle of the screen is moving like crazy. It doesn't make a lot of sense. See, like, look at that thing there, moves and then it stops and then it moves further. It's like he's got some weird stuff on there that he's pointing out. And that's the kind of stuff that you want to see at nighttime. You're out there. That's specifically, you're looking for stuff like that. That's the kind of stuff that I'm looking for. It's like pretty good. Loving it.
I was tracking a light in the sky. I couldn't tell on the camera if it was a satellite or not. And I'm tracking this light. And as far as I was concerned while it was happening, that was it. It was just one light. And I was looking at the footage on the computer. I noticed I had caught the most amazing thing ever. And that was very, very definitive to me, seeing that footage. This light comes from the top left corner of the screen, zips down, and then zips back up to this object I was tracking and pulls these maneuvers that I've never seen anything pull before in the sky.
Yeah, that's strange. This one here, July 9th, 2023. This one here that we're looking at right here. This is the info on it right here. UFO footage from the Beings from Beyond documentary. So this is from a documentary. It's definitely strange stuff. Definitely strange. And that's the kind of stuff that I'm looking for when I'm looking in the night sky. Is not necessarily just a straight line satellite, but something that is not moving in a straight line. That's the kind of stuff that makes it interesting out there. What's that thing? Bedminster, New Jersey. We're in the modern UFO flop, and then these are visitors, things that massive, and it's flying slow right over a house. It's got that flashing red light. What is that, a drone? It's massive, though. To me, doesn't it sound like a chopper? Listen. Almost sounds like a chopper. You can hear a chopper noise. Hi, banker. You got the gold? What was the massive black triangle seen in Venezuela by thousands of people? Exactly. Yeah. Got that right. Okay, let's watch another one here. Hang on. There's more. More. There's always a little bit more. Okay, let's see what we have here on this one here. I don't know what kind of audio this has. No audio on this one. Okay, what's he got? He's got two bright lights there, a big one and a smaller one. New Jersey, a plasma-shaped UFO approximately 1 meter in size landed in a residential yard. Okay, so see it coming down there? The UFO is an unmanned UFO operating remotely from a mothership. The aliens learned that the U.S. government was close to releasing UFOs and aliens to the public. Okay, you can see the plasma there going down to the ground. That's pretty strange. Look at that. Now, plasma or something like that could very well be, like I've thought about this in effect, and some people have seen this, like just, you know, your close to either a thunderstorm that may be causing it, or you could even have, you know how you have a piezoelectric effect with a lighter, with lighting a lighter? You could have stuff like this from a piezoelectric effect of just rocks rubbing within the earth, like some kind of earthquake, or you may not even know or hear anything about an earthquake happening, but just something happening within the earth that causes some kind of a light ball like you're seeing right here. This is actually a pretty good one, but that's strange. New Jersey is where this is happening here. And this is December 10th, 2024 is the date on this plasma ball. And that's pretty strange. That's a pretty good one. Let's watch it again here. It looks to me like there's two. Can you see you've got the larger one and the smaller one. Now, I don't know what happens to that larger one here in the video because he kind of concentrates on the smaller one. But if you look close, let's watch this again here. The smaller one comes down, was in the air, comes down to the earth. It's kind of moving around a little bit strangely. It's a reflection or something. Apparently not. But there you can see the larger one. Is the larger one a plasma ball? This one here looks like it's a different color. It's kind of a bluish light compared to the larger one that's up above it. So is that larger one the mothership or something? Slightly different color. Closer, looks like this one's getting closer to the camera, and it's appearing more blue. That is definitely strange. Weird. There's no sound on this one either. The blue orb. That's strange. And then it ends here at the house. Again, this is, I don't think, evidence of aliens or space or, something from another planet or whatever. But I think stuff like this, like a electrical orb like that, could just be something produced from within the earth itself, or sometimes you've seen ball lightning, in a lightning storm. Stuff like this might appear. It's funny that it sort of is there at the beginning of the video, and then the video just stops right there. Why would the guy stop the video right there? Why wouldn't he stop the video after it goes away, after it disappears? But it's still there when the video stops. So that's a little bit suspect. But regardless, an interesting bit of footage there from the UFO. This one here is got to do with the government again. The world was astonished by the footage from the UAP hearing. Even when missiles struck the UAP, they bounced off and the UFO continued flying. This proved UAP technology was non-human super technology, far surpassing U.S. military capabilities. Let's watch just a bit here where they actually hit the UFO with the missile. Check this out. Right there. Missile hits it, but it doesn't disintegrate it. The thing keeps on flying. Bounced off the UFO, and it keeps flying. That's strange. Watch it again. There's the missile. The missile bounces off it. But what's those other three things there? See those three things there that end up on the screen along with the UFO? Is that the missile itself that ends up being disintegrated, but yet the UFO keeps flying? That's a strange one. Hi, Banker. We need to pay attention to Iran, as 20 minutes ago reports jets being heard approaching Iran. What we need to do is keep an eye on the triangle. Shows up in Iran. If so, almost guarantees USA owns some deadly firepower. Yeah, you know, along with that, look at in Venezuela, where they were using some new technology to make people's nose bleeds and stuff like that. Are they using audio acoustical type of things to new warfare? And what other weapons are they able to use and are using that we don't even know anything about here yet? There's always that possibility. Yeah, I agree with you. We'll have to watch and see what happens with Iran there. I don't know if the U.S. is going to be striking Iran or whether it's going to be Israel. If Israel does it, that sort of keeps the U.S. out of the picture, although they supply a lot of weapons to Israel already. So, as far as that goes, yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll be watching that story for sure. The war in Iran. Okay, here's another spherical UAP scouting a military facility. Surveillance cameras of a military facility followed and photographed a strange object. This is not a balloon. The UAP is silent and moves back and forth freely, indicating that it is remotely controlled. Check it out. And you can, it's being out of range here of the viewfinder. There it is right there. Back in there again, top of the screen. Spherical UAP. This one here is November 2024. And it's moving on its own, you can see. Camera is fairly still, and the UAP is kind of bobbing around there, going up and down while on the video. Let's watch that one again here. And that one is like a black sphere, although it is reflecting a little bit of light there. You can see on the side of it there. On the right side, you can see a reflection. And that's by a military facility. And it seems like these foreign countries like buying up real estate close to military facilities too, to kind of keep an eye on the U.S. military facilities. You had the the balloons flying over the States there a few years back. Lots of strange stuff going on. That's it. The black UAP. August 23rd, 2025. This is what UFO UAP instantaneous acceleration looks like. What this UFO orb is doing? What is it doing? Recorded in Ohio. And you can tell by the reaction of the witness that it's a genuine amazement. Check it out.
What was that? You guys. I got that.
I'm looking at the video. I don't see anything.
Oh, look this together. What?
something that looks like lightning or something.
You guys. I got that. I got that. Oh, look, there's another. What? What? What was that? You guys.
I don't even know what that was. I don't see it. I'm looking at this video. We see a light flash or something. Is it so fast that you don't see it? You just see a light, like a lightning? Right there.
What? What?
There's that right there.
What was that? You guys.
Okay, hang on a second. Hang on.
I got that. I got that.
Hang on. You got that. Yeah. Let me slow it down. Okay, we're slowing it down here. See if we can see anything here with it slowed down. Let me just there is a little something in there. Like if you look, let's see. I'll use my mouse here. I don't know if they're looking at this little light here. Right here. Right here, there's something. But it doesn't look like that.
What?
It moves around and then there's some kind of lightning or something in the sky that lights up the whole sky. So I don't know. But definitely that this here is a reflection. Light lens reflection or something. But that's strange. Holy shit.
I got that.
I don't know what that was. But it's definitely stranger than truth. Let me go in the back end here and make one change here. Okay, go to our next bit here. Now, what this is, I'm not too sure. There's something in the sky. It's having trouble focusing on it.
What the fuck? Oh my god! What the fuck? Tata! Tata! Снимай. Моля се телефон.
Gdje sam, gdje?
Eno ga. What the fuck, nestalo?
Nestao?
Eno ga, eto.
No. Šta se dešava?
What the fuck? Oh my god.
Ne moraš.
Ali vidi se ovako.
Kako je brzo?
What the fuck? Stavi na internet, tata. Majke ti. Otišlo, tata. Vidi koliko brzo. Tata.
No.
Some kind of a red UFO.
Otišlo, nema ga, gotovo.
Ja ti kažem da nesi kameru, ti si praviš pametan.
The Mexico UFO. Si, senor. A video has emerged presenting an incredibly detailed view of an identified aerial phenomenon, UAP, when the craft's exterior displays characteristics of the line with those detailed in the Immaculate Constellation document. I don't know that this is such a great video as per se. We'll play it one more time here so you can watch this again here.
What the fuck? Oh my god. What the fuck? Tata.
Oh.
Tata.
Knows how to speak English.
Снимай. Моля се телефон.
Gdje sam, gdje?
Eno ga. What the fuck, nestalo?
Nestao?
Eno ga, eto.
Šta se dešava?
What the fuck? Oh my god.
Well, there's definitely something out there, and it's red.
What the fuck?
You know, he's having trouble focusing his camera on it there, so it looks like a diamond-shaped something out there, trapezoid or something.
Tata.
No. Kako nisam brže vidio?
Otišlo, nema ga, gotovo.
Ja ti kažem da nesi kameru, ti si praviš pametan.
Quite far away.
Doneo sam.
So yeah, that one there will go. Yeah, okay, it's some kind of a UAP, but not close enough, not enough resolution with that video to be able to even say too much about it. This one here, all of the info about this one is in Spanish, so I don't know much about this. I can't tell you much about this other than we can watch it here and see what's going on. Looks to be some kind of a base. 2016 is the date on this one here. And you can see it at the lower part of the screen there. I'll put my mouse on it here. Let's see if we can bring it in here again. Right at the bottom part of the screen, you can see a kind of an orb floating around there, in and out of the screen right there. Right here. So yeah, it's one of those orb type videos. Not very dramatic, but definitely some kind of an orb. It's like a drone or something is taking a video down, and then you've got the orb floating around a little bit there. So again, one of the orb ones there. Si, señor. Siempre en domingo, as they say. Okay, here's another one here. This is April 15th, 1966. This is an old one here. UFO over Catalina Island, California. That looks like some old 8mm film or something like that. Now, this is definitely not AI. Looks like hard to say. Is that a UFO flying saucer shaped thing or something? Like that's what a typical UFO would look like right there. Really hard to fake something like that on the film. Looks like I say like 8mm film or something, home movie type stuff. And that's an old video, Catalina Island, California, USA. So that one there is not fake AI, but it's dated 1966. And yeah, they had color 8mm back then. So yeah, that's more like it, not like this fake stuff that you see these days here. Figure out CIA. Is the CIA the one that's working on this kind of stuff? I don't know.
Motherfucker! Where's my fucking money? Bitch! Where's my fucking money? Motherfucker! Where's my fucking money? Bitch! Where's my fucking
He wants his money from the government. Oh well. Well, what does a UFO have to do with that one? I don't know. Hard to say. Oh, okay. And of course, Joe Rogan has to get in on the whole thing. Here's a bit by Joe Rogan. Let's see what he has to say about UFOs. Let's go.
Did you see The Age of Disclosure? Did you see the documentary?
Age of Disclosure? No, I haven't seen that.
It's a new one, and it has a hypothesis. It has a theory of why there hasn't been disclosure, and a lot of it has to do with the legal implications. Because too many people have been misappropriating funds if this is real.
Sure.
So if this is real...
Like if there's recovered alien crash objects, if those have been parceled out to private companies.
Exactly. That's exactly the dilemma. So say if, let's say, just to make up a name, Lockheed Martin gets it.
Sure.
And they have this back-engineered craft that they're working on, but then Raytheon doesn't get it. Raytheon should be able to sue the government. Like, why'd you do that? Is an unfair competitive advantage. Also, the people that are in charge of the projects, there's all this money that they have to lie to Congress about. And so in this documentary, one of the things that they're proposing, guys like Lou Elizondo, and like, what is the path to sanity with all this stuff? One of the things that they're proposing is amnesty. Just give like blanket amnesty. Tell us what the fuck you know. Let's go.
Good point there. If they are reverse engineering something and they give it to one company and not another company, yeah, that's a bit of a disadvantage. But I don't know. We'll never know because stuff like that is top secret and they never tell us anyway as to exactly what they're doing. 2025. This is the Crab UAP drone. And it's very hard to capture on camera, but we in the government know all about these recon drones. It's believed that these alien drones are mapping out areas with highly sensitive antenna type appendages that we believe detect underground features where power, water, sewage, and natural gas lines lie. There isn't an exact science since our government is only as smart as our smartest dummy. We're all dummies in comparison to these beings. This is a phenomenon capture. So yeah, check out this crab type UFO on this one here. This is strange. Let's bring it in here. Let's take a look at this one. Okay, you can see it there popping into view. It's the crab UFO. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's pretty strange. Look at it. It's got a couple of weird appendages on it. It's got a couple of antenna or something on it. It's kind of going around a little bit there. That's a strange one. The crab UFO. Wow, I never heard about that one before. The crab. What next, eh? That one is pretty strange. Or is it just some kind of a balloon or something? Looks like some kind of balloon. But who knows? Comes with a pretty interesting description. Are those some kind of antenna for like LiDAR or something? Holy cow! It could be comedy. You never know. We don't know. Hard to say. But it's definitely from another matrix. It's strange. This one here is crazy footage of a UFO UAP playing as someone with a laser pointer shines it at the UAP and it flashes and darts around. Check this one out. Somebody points a laser pointer at it. Check it out. Starts running around in circles there. Strange. Masad in there. Hey, Masad. Good to see you in there. And it's me, Carl. Anybody else I missed in there? Good evening to you. You can see at one point there where the laser hits it, it lights up brighter than usual. That one little spot there. Yeah, that's interesting. Always have a laser pointer with you when you're out there looking for UFOs. Stephen Greer, he's pretty big in the UFO thing. Let's hear what Stephen Greer has to say about UFOs. Check him out.
What's your initial take on age of disclosure? They seem to miss a lot of points.
Well, I think, the main thing that people need to understand is it's been done by people who are operatives for the cabal that have been keeping this secret for, 80 years. What people need to understand is that many of the points in there that are true are ones that were already brought out very clearly in the 90s and the early 2000s through the Disclosure Project. And that much of what is then inserted is a very subtle psychological warfare spin. So to understand this, the best disinformation is a combination of fact, and then there's and then they fold into those facts that are true false narratives and false spin. Now, specific.
That's true. That's true. That he mentions that there's disinformation when you get into this UAP, UFO stuff, especially when you have the government. Obviously, if the government is working on, let's say, reverse engineering UFOs, they don't want anybody to know what they have actually discovered, right? Especially other government agencies. You want to keep it top secret. You want to, maybe spill out some kind of disinformation that is actually not what you're working on or not what you've discovered, in order to keep everyone, thinking that something is happening out there, and keep you off of the path of what they've actually discovered.
Specifically in the film, it mentions, that over and over that, yes, there's been a reverse engineering program for 80 years dealing with the retrieved non-human craft, but that...
Yeah, and that brings up the Phoenix Tide. Hey, good to see you in there. Brings up the Lazar thing, the Lazar story, Bob Lazar, if you remember him, and where he went into Area 51, or one of those areas where they're doing the reverse engineering of spacecraft, and worked on that and came up with a bunch of stuff like that. Now, was the Bob Lazar story misinformation, disinformation generated by the government, or was he really in there reverse engineering the UFOs? And the stuff that he said, was it real or was it misinformation? That's the problem, is that you don't know what to believe and what not to believe.
Somehow nothing in the skies we're looking at are the result or the fruits of that labor, that it's all alien. Some are of extraterrestrial origin.
Angelina.
But it turns out some 80% of the ones people see zipping around are man-made, being used in illegal and clandestine operations. Now, this film is really a hijacking attempt, hijack disclosure into a false narrative that presents it as a threat. If you see through this movie, over and over and over again, they keep harping on the national security threat. Well, where is that coming from? If the ETs were a threat, we would have had our clock cleaned the day the atomic bomb exploded in 1945. So the fact is there's no evidence that they have attacked us. There's every evidence we've been attacking them. And that's the second part of the false narrative, or third part. The first is that these objects are not man-made when they are. That's the biggest cover-up, by the way, is that we humans have this technology, right? And that it's been used in criminal operations, drug running, human trafficking, child trafficking, abductions, kidnappings, murder, covert operations. And the danger of it is that on top of saying these aren't ours and we haven't figured out how these work, that what that does is cover up the fact of this legacy criminal operation that's been using these advanced reverse engineered.
You could have, like, the CIA could be using some of this technology that he's talking about. And look at the latest thing where they went in to get Noriega in Venezuela, where they, purportedly used some sort of advanced technology to make people's nose bleed and ears bleed and stuff like that. And got in there so quickly, and they could very well have been using some kind of reverse engineered alien technology to do what they did.
So-called technologies for decades in very dangerous and increasingly dangerous ways. So I think this is where you get into a very dangerous game being played here, because of the stature of some of the people with military credentials and intelligence credentials. Your run-of-the-mill politician from the White House on down is going to think that this is a correct assessment when it's a false assessment. And it's deliberately a false narrative, so it's dangerous. So this part of the cover-up that's going on in this movie is the most dangerous part of it. Because what they're doing, they're leaving all the scary things people have heard about UFOs that humans have done using man-made tech, and laying all of that on the ETs or NHI. And that's how you end up in World War III, my friend. I'll tell you, I mean, I gave up my medical career in part to bring
Leave
out
it to
this
Trump.
technology that would save the biosphere. But the larger and more immediate concern has been avoiding this juggernaut that Werner von Braun, who invented the rocket, warned about, and that is that we were going to, create a alien threat from space, so that the world would unite under some sort of totalitarian fascist regime. And I think this movie is actually sort of the final warning bell that that's what's going to be coming in 2026 and 2027 if we don't wake up. I will be blunt. And the time is not very, we don't have a long leash anymore on this. This is coming up very quickly. And I think the public needs to be aware of that. And that's why I'm doing this podcast today.
Wow. There you go. That's Dr. Stephen Greer, founder of the Disclosure Project. The New Age of Disclosure movie is a deliberate psychological warfare effort to cover up man-made UAP activity. Well, yeah, you can believe like this triangular UFO. I believe that that's man-made and not alien technology. And it's just something that we've seen. That's why we never saw it. Like you look at an old video of a UFO and back in the 1960s, there weren't any triangular type UFOs. I think that's modern technology, kind of like the stealth aircraft is a triangular type aircraft. And also, I think that man has come up with the solution for anti-gravity. And that's what this new stuff is using, is anti-gravity technology. And we're being kept in the dark about it because it's the government that is utilizing that technology and not wanting to spill the beans on it and let other governments know that they actually have that technology. And now we're talking about probably the United States. It seems like most of what we're hearing and seeing with this technology is in the States and close to, Area 51, in the desert. It's like they're using it, they're testing it, they're still working on it, and they don't really want to tell us anything about it. So, I think Greer is right that a lot of it is man-made. Okay, this is location on our next story here is coming in from Texas. Multiple UFO/UAP orbs observed flying in tandem over the skies. Orb recorded. This is not Starlink because they are too low and not in a straight line. This is something else. Looks like a fleet or maybe a constellation of displaying their presence. Okay, check this one out here.
I hope so. I got a few 12 gauges for us to use.
Yeah, let's play.
Shoot at them.
They're quiet, though.
They are quiet and they're like perfectly aligned.
That's awesome. We get to see them. Whose drones are these? They see us. Now they just hover. Yeah, that's not Starlink. Plus, they're way too low. Are those drones like they had over New Jersey? I hope so.
Okay, look at that. Look at how many there are. And they're not lined up.
Shoot at them.
It's actually pretty hard to see
They are quiet and they're like perfectly aligned.
in this video, but I have actually seen Starlink myself flying across the sky, and they're all lined up in one line. Those ones are not. Those ones are.
Are those drones like they had over New Jersey? I hope so.
Those could be a bunch of drones.
12 gauges for us to use.
They're staying in pretty much
Shoot at them.
the same spots in relation to each other. Okay, maybe they're moving a bit now.
That's awesome. We get to see them. Whose drones are these? They see us. Now they just hover. Yeah, that's not Starlink. Plus, they're way too low. Are those drones like they had over
Let me
New Jersey?
beef that up a little bit here.
I got a few 12 gauges for us to use.
Yeah, let's play.
Shoot at them.
They're quiet, though.
They are quiet and they're like perfectly aligned.
That's awesome. We get to see them.
Lights in the sky and a lot of lights.
Now they just hover. Yeah, that's not Starlink.
And again, since the debut of drones and, stuff where you've got stuff in the sky with drones instead of
Shoot at them.
fireworks, that we're now starting to see stuff like this with multiple UFOs. Again, 20 years ago, you would not have seen something like this. Something like this would be very, very rare to see multiple flying objects all in the sky like that. So yeah, that's either a bunch of drones or, hey, who knows what? Aliens. Could be aliens. You never know. Angelina, it's probably a bunch of UFOs there. That's what I think.
Drones like they had over New Jersey.
We'll go with the UFOs.
I got a few 12 gauges.
Yeah. Have a gummy and lay low.
They are quiet and they're like perfectly.
Lay low. Lola.
We get to see them. Whose drones are these? They see us.
Anyways, yeah, we'll move off of that one there. Unknown quantity could be something like that. Video footage has been captured of a triangular UFO abducting a person on a mountaintop with an anti-gravity tornado-shaped beam. So I don't know about this one, but this one is pretty strange at best. Let me just bring in a different view of it here. And bring it back to the beginning so that we can actually see it. Here we go. Okay, so you can see the triangular shaped UFO above the mountaintop, or some kind of a weird looking thing there. And let's check it out here and watch it. Tractor beams somebody off the top of the mountain here. There it goes. Pretty strange. I don't know that I can see it tractor beaming somebody off of there. We can see the tractor beam come down, and then we see it just take off. Here's a slowed down version of it. That's a strange looking tractor beam. Look at it. Ooh, what's that coming down? And there's something going back up. Holy. I hope you have a good night's sleep tonight after watching that. That could have been you being tractor beamed up there into that triangular UFO. That's crazy. It could be fake. Yeah. Well, we prefaced the entire broadcast by telling you that consider all of this being fake. All of it could be fake. Let's of the UFOs that have been brought to the government, whatever, they're going like, yeah, 98% of it can be explained, that it's fake, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So, consider that everything we're showing you here is probably fake. But is some of it real? Hey, some of it might be real. You never know, Is it fake? I don't know. It might be fake. It looks like it's a little bit cheesy quality wise compared to modern stuff that would be made with AI, especially that last one there. Look kind of interesting. So yeah, I don't know. An anonymous source has shared the alleged images, objects on this public social media website. Our ChatGPT attorney is confident that this tweet is under the jurisdiction of the U.S. Navy. So I don't know. There's this. It's not really a video here, but it's basically 4 pictures of something here. Let's just look at these pictures, photographs. So are these photos of UFOs? I don't know, but they were apparently taken by the U.S. Navy. So those are just some shots of some things that are deemed as being UAPs. I don't know if those are UAPs or what they are, but they're definitely strange looking. Coming to us November the 24th, 2024 is when those were originally published. Let's keep looking here. The hidden UFO program is real. Here's how it works. Let's hear about this here. Let's go. What do they call it? The Gerb legacy or something. This is kind of strange. Let's listen about it here.
Ready. What if a secret UFO crash retrieval program has been operating for decades? On American Alchemy, host Jesse Michaels and guest UAP Gerb pull back the curtain on this alleged legacy. They detail shocking near-field encounters, an egg-shaped craft, a 4-fingered limb, and even a telepathic purplish liquid. Discover a multi-tier pyramid of authority, with U.S. agencies, special access programs, and contractors controlling exotic technologies, all hidden behind layers of intense secrecy. Whistleblowers are coming forward, sharing their first-hand experiences. Jesse and UAP Gerb unravel the complexities of disclosure, political maneuvering, and the urgent need for verifiable testimony. This isn't just speculation. It's a deep dive into the most tightly guarded secrets. You absolutely need to hear this. Listen to American Alchemy today. Get ready.
Ooh. Okay, well, we'll be getting ready for that one. Meanwhile, you're watching the Tommy Temper Show. I'm Tommy Temper. And this is it for what's going on here today. It's time for Carl, fuck you. It's tractor beam. Did you just come down on the tractor beam? I don't know. Who knows for sure? We don't know for sure. It's just one of those things. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. Okay. I think that was a lot of fun here tonight. A lot of fun, as we say. But we're going to have to say sayonara. We'll see you later. Thanks a lot for tuning in here tonight. This is the Tommy Temper Show. I'm Tommy Temper, coming to you from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, the capital city, the oil capital, up here really close to the tar sands, the famous stuff that is compatible with your refineries down in the States, along with Venezuelan oil. So make sure you buy our Canadian oil before you buy that stuff from Venezuela. And yeah, have fun thinking about UFOs and being tractor beamed up into the UAP there tonight. Thanks a lot for tuning in to the program, and we will be seeing you another time, another day, another place. Take care, stay out of trouble, and if you can't stay out of trouble, name it after me. Woohoo! Bye-bye for now. Give us a share and a thumbs up. We're out of here. And I'd like to thank our producer, Snafu, our director, Masad, and our special executive producer, it's me, Carl. Thanks a lot, everyone, for helping out with the... and Angelina, we can't forget her, our secretary.